All right, now we're going to understand manifestation in the most compact fashion possible. And yeah, that's it. Number one is awareness. I might check my notes in between, but yeah. Number one is awareness. You need to understand the very you that you consider yourselves to be is but an ever changing. It might change slowly, it might change fastly, but it's not you at the core. You at the core are awareness, your thoughts, the stories that you've etched in your head about who you are, who you're not, the dreams that you have, the dominant emotions that you experience on a day-to-day basis. All of that are not you. All of that at this point in time, since you are identifying with all of them, are you. However, you're beyond that. You are awareness. That awareness that is aware of the thoughts that you are experiencing. That awareness that is aware of the emotions, the feelings that you're experiencing. That awareness that is aware of the aspirations that you have. That awareness that is aware of the memories that you have. Once you start associating with yourself with that awareness and nothing else, half of it is done. Now you're coming from a space of pure awareness, right? Let me drop in a couple of examples here. So awareness is number one thing, right? Once you understand that your awareness, you set an intention. Let's not dive deeper into the mechanics in this video. If you have any questions, doubts, you drop a comment below. But yeah, you set an intention. You set a very clear intention / we can call it goal. Let's say, let me pick an example of one of our clients. The intention is to make, right now you are working with an organization, your intention is to build a business that's about, or you freelance. Your intention is to build it into a 3 lakh in monthly revenue with a profitability of 80% or more. Now that is an intention. You can mention the nuances of it, you or not. You decide. Like in the process of me wanting to, me intending to make 3 lakhs a month in monthly revenue with an 80% profitability, I don't want to work more than 9 hours a day. You can set that rule. I don't want to work more than 8 hours a day. You can set that rule. Set a clear intention. Now, this is the goal, right? Now, when you're setting an intent, all you're doing right now is clarifying. I would very much suggest that even before you clarify, finalize the intent, just do that self-awareness component and understand what makes you come alive. What are your borrowed aspirations? What are your aspirations that you genuinely wanted, and you understand your personal whys and all of that. Let's jump back into the manifestation part of it. You've set a clear intention. Before that, you have the intention is to make 3 lakhs in monthly revenue with a profitability of 80% plus. And you are coming from a place of awareness, not your current ego with all the limitations and with the stories about what's possible, perspectives about what's possible and what's not possible and all of that. Right? Now, step one, awareness, identifying with awareness. Then step two, intention, setting an intention. Done. What do we do once we have clarified in awareness, intention? You identify yourself as that being or as that person who has achieved it. Now this is a little counterintuitive, but you can use 100 different kind of questions, but get the essence that individual that you are intending to be, right? Now somebody might want to build the same business, hit the same revenue with the same profitability, but they might want to choose an instrument that is different. They might want to be in the product space, or they might want to be in the services space, or they might want to be in the event space. You choose what it is. Yes, let there be certain amount of nuances listed or identified or clarified in when you're setting the intention, right? Awareness, intention, and then you embody the identity. Now start embodying the identity. There'll be friction around beliefs, there will be friction about self-concept, there will be friction about intense negative emotional experience that you had in the past that kind of limit it, that are fused into your beliefs. But yeah, we'll come to that later. So you embody that identity, right? How do you do that? How do you do it, right? When I'm saying you embody that identity, think. Now, in your case, you achieving that number, it's just one aspect of the goal, right? The end result of it might be something different. It could be a different lifestyle. It could be you being able to contribute to your family, your friends, relatives, whatever that is, or taking care of your, like spouse and kids in a better manner, materially, right? And or anything it could be, or it could be the feeling that you get by achieving it. It could be the pride that you get, or the confidence that you get when you achieve what you are pursuing, like what you're intending to achieve. But like, yeah, intention before that, awareness, and embodying the identity. Now, once you have realized that goal, what exactly are the feelings that you're feeling on the accomplishment of that goal? Get clarity on that. What are the feelings? We're not just focusing on what are the thoughts that you're thinking, how's your day like. You can in fact do that, like how's your day like and all that. But you also have to very, very, very mandatorily embody that feeling of wish fulfilled. You got to embody the identity, embody the state of wish fulfilled, embody the persona of, and it could be like somebody intending to achieve that goal, they could embody a totally different persona than you. What is it natural for you in that, on the accomplishment of that goal, for you to feel, and that's what you got to embody. It's got to be subject to you. It can't be, it can be, you can get inspired by somebody else's, whatever the lifestyle, or the feeling that they're feeling, the aura that they carry, or whatever, but it's got to be subjective to you. You embodied state. Intention, one, and after that, before that, awareness, and then you started embodying the identity. 3 things. Yes. Now, the next thing is belief slash assumption, or knowing. No, you cannot be thinking whether you're going to hit that target that you're hitting. You got to act from that space of conviction. You've got to act from that space of conviction, and you have to embody the state of wish fulfilled, embody the identity, the self-concept of wish fulfilled that is subjective to you for this goal, and embody the feeling of wish fulfilled. And what is that I just said? You cannot doubt it. You got to believe it. You got to know it. You got to act from a space of conviction. You cannot let that negative, like discouraging thoughts that are coming from your past, previous ego, or the current ego, not allow you to get there. Right? That's number 4. Right? Now, once we are done doing this, what do? Stop asking. I'm repeating again. Stop asking if it's possible. Start living from the assumption that it's already true. Emotion. Feel the emotional signature of already having it. It could be pride in your case. For somebody else, it could be, like security, right? Start feeling the feeling that you're craving for before the goal is realized or the intention is realized. And once you start embodying the state, embodying the identity, embodying the feelings, you have to integrate that into your being. Like I said earlier, like we discussed earlier, awareness. You're but at awareness. Every single thing, every single story that you have about yourself, lived experience, definitely, yes, they're true. But the inferences that are coming from there, like maybe somebody told you that you're not good at math in some 5th class because you're too scared to let your brain function when in 6th class when the math teacher is talking about a concept that you were trying to understand, or you had a bad day at school, and that kind of created a negative emotional experience. That kind of every time you think of math, it just blocks your head. Very much possible, right? So yeah, you have to be aware that your awareness and these are the blocks that are there, and assume that it is done, and start integrating that identity into your day-to-day being, and think like it, think like the person that you have. Embody the states, think from that space, embody the state, and then let the thinking start. Do not let the thinking start before you embodying the state from the current ego. You're going to end up creating a lot of friction, and it will be incremental progress for you to kind of accelerate space at which you are realizing your intention. You got to embody that identity first, right? Now, what do you do? Fine, the law of the manifestation key principles covered, right? Now, what do we do? You start taking intuitive action. But before you start taking intuitive action, or as you start taking intuitive action from whatever you've understood so far, specific to your goal, you will encounter blocks because your current ego current strongly holds, like somebody has to work 15 hours a day for them to be able to achieve the target that you've set. Somebody, like, you'll have a lot of limitations coming from the past ego and past worldview. You got to drop those. And like, there's few beliefs around worthiness. Like, do you think that you're worthy of it? Do you think or believe or know that you're deserving enough of the success that you are? It could be, like making 3 lakhs a month, it could be making 3,000 crores a month, whatever that number is, right? So beliefs about self, beliefs about how much time you'll have to work, beliefs about what is that you have to sacrifice, right? And you got to identify those beliefs. I'll do a detailed video on beliefs going forward, probably in the next video. But yeah, you got to be aware of beliefs. And few cases, the beliefs are fused with negative emotion, right? Like I said about the math example, it could be about anything. Like, one of the dominant beliefs is around money, and money is very difficult, money is scarce, and all of that. Those beliefs embedded in through multiple interactions at home, or with friends, or with the kind of people that you hung out with in the past, right? So you got to work on those beliefs. And trauma, in a manner of speaking, or intense beliefs fused with emotion, like strong feeling, and repeated over time. That's basically it. Good luck taking intuitive action guided by intention, and be aware. If there are 3 things that you have to iterate again, be aware that you are awareness, be aware that you are everything, like every single being is holding having that same awareness that you hold. And 2, like, have conviction and know that you're current, like everything that you're thinking right now is the current self listening to this, trying to make sense of it, trying to maybe start taking action, right? Be aware of that. And feeling, embody the state, the vibrational state, and the feeling state of the wish fulfill, and then start taking action and work on the beliefs, and work on the beliefs fused with emotion. If you enjoyed watching, and what I spoke made sense, and you have questions, feel free to drop comments. If you'd like to get coached by me, where I'll be sharing perspectives and clearing doubts, feel free to reach out to me. The details are here. Good day. From one source to another source. Let's be the force.